What is going on with Barack Obama? What's going on with BP? I would assert that there is not a single profitable oil company in the world because they are not paying for their externalities. They're not paying for the cancers caused by the burning of gasoline. They're not paying for climate change. They're not paying for, in large part, most of the environmental damage caused by oil spills. Therefore, we should nationalize all of them, like Norway did, like Mexico did, like Venezuela did. Steve Malzberg on the line with us. He is a talk show host on WOR in New York City. WOR710.com is the website. Steve, welcome to the program.
Hey, how are you, Tom? Good to be here.
I am great. Nice talking with you again. It was nice seeing you last week.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
So, you think that Obama is a Marxist. What do you think about the idea of nationalizing oil companies?
Well, that's exactly, you got another, you want him to do exactly what his Marxist buddy did in Venezuela. So I don't see, and I guess you agree with the despicable, disgraceful Rosie O'Donnell. She wants to, she said, call it communism, call it whatever you want, just do it. That's a wonderful way to change America.
Yeah, I have no idea what Rosie O'Donnell said, Steve, but I can tell you what I'm saying.
Exactly what you said.
What I am saying, and prove to me I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong here. BP shows a $26 billion profit. We're spending hundreds of millions, probably billions of dollars treating the cancers that people get from breathing auto exhaust. The oil companies are not paying a penny of that.
Tom. It's so ridiculous. Your problem is that BP is making money. Your problem was with any corporation.
Steve, you're not reading my mind.
Every corporation you could because they're evil in your communist mind. To take them over, make them pay.
So I'm a communist just like Barack Obama is, right?
Profit. You're just like Barack Hussein Obama. Okay. 2 peas in a pod, baby.
Yes, indeed. We're absolute communists. That's why I'm running a for-profit show here, Steve. Come on, give me a break. I have made a lot of money in my life and done very well. Thank you very much. And I am a fan of capitalism. And that's why I am opposed to monopoly capitalism, which is what you are defending. And it's why and what we have pretty much in the United States now. We don't have much free enterprise anymore. And why I'm opposed to companies that are super social. You talk about Marxist. You got a company that is forcing you and me with our tax dollars to pay the health costs of their externalities, the cost of the cancers and asthmas that are being produced by burning gasoline and diesel fuel, paying for the cost of environmental remediation from their oil.
Let me tell you something, Tom. That's
Marxism.
That really resonates with America.
BP is the Marxist organization, Steve Malzberg.
America would rather have the breakup of oil companies and $20 a gallon gas so that they could pay for the cancers caused by breathing in exhaust fumes. You put that out there.
It has worked very well all across Europe, and the result of that has been that everybody has free health care.
That's right. Yes, go ahead. That's very popular. Wait till November with that kind of baloney.
When Teddy Roosevelt broke up John Rockefeller's Standard Oil into 26 individual smaller companies.
But we're still breathing in their fumes.
You know what? And he raised the taxes on them, by the way, as well. You know what happened?
No, what happened?
The price of oil went down because competition went up. He stopped monopoly capitalism.
You must be for school vouchers, huh?
I'm saying stop monopoly capitalism.
You must be for school vouchers because that would increase. Make.
I consider education to be part of our commons, Steve, and I think that anything that's part of the commons is the appropriate function of government. I don't want the government making my shoes. I don't want them making my computer or my car. That's not part of the commons. But educating the next generation, that is the most important investment we can make in the future of America.
They pay $40,000 per student. They fail miserably. It was just revealed in New York State and New York City that if you add 2 + 2 and get 5 on these state exams, you get partial credit. Yeah, we're doing a great job educating our kids. Yeah.
So your solution, Steve, is to what? Cut the salaries of the teachers?
Freedom of choice.
You already have competition. You've got charter schools that are actually, when you look at the final analysis, and I know this, for 20 years I've been on the board of a private school, hunterschool.org, if you want to check it out on the web. It's a great private school for kids with ADD and learning disabilities up in New Hampshire. That when you compare private charter schools to public schools, there's no difference in outcome. The primary variable that affects the outcome is the socioeconomic status and the educational status of the parents.
Tell it to the black parents who line up in every city in this country. You know what Barack Obama did to the black kids in D.C.? He took away their option for a future. He said this voucher program is over because some of the kids in the voucher program are actually showing up at my daughter's private school.
Because ever since 1980, when Ronald Reagan declared war on public education, and you guys declared war on public education, saying so socialist teachers, they're teaching communism, they're teaching the history of labor. My God, they've got a union. They're socialists, those teachers.
How do you live with yourself, Phil, calling yourself a liberal or whatever you call yourself, when blacks in this country are failing every single day because the school system sucks? You defend the status quo. How do you live with yourself?
Steve, there are more white people in poverty in the United States than black people, and there are more white people whose kids are failing in schools than black people in the United States, and it's got nothing to do with race. It has to do with poverty. And if you want to talk about doing something about poverty, great. Lyndon Johnson cut poverty in half in 4 years in the United States.
Wait a minute, wasn't it Joe Biden who said that if you want to start with why education in Iowa is better than education in D.C., start with the number of minorities you have in D.C. compared to Iowa? What did he mean? Oh, it was probably nothing. It's like when he called Obama a first clean-cut black man. And when he said that you can't be going to a Dunkin' Donuts unless
Steve,
you're Pakistani
Joe Biden's propensity to put his foot in his mouth has nothing to do with the core concept that poverty in America, that 1 in 4 children in America is living in poverty.
Don't you think Obama should?
What are you going to do about that, Steve? 1 in 4 children in America is living in poverty.
You don't care about that. You don't care about that. You don't care that they don't have an education. You want to keep it the way it is.
I want to start spending money on our schools again. We haven't built schools since Ronald Reagan's presidency.
$100,000 a kid a year.
We have been destroying our schools for 30 years of Reaganomics has ripped this country apart.
Reaganomics. You are got to be kidding me. You know, you liberals are so out of touch. You represent, I'd say, about 10% of America, and that's why liberal talk radio goes nowhere, and that's why the Democrats are going to get just clobbered in November. You guys cry,
we're doing just fine, Steve. We're doing just fine. I'll compare my numbers with yours any day of the week.
You represent nobody. Reaganomics has killed education.
If you can't win an argument without resorting to those kind of cheap shots, Steve, that's really sad.
My God.
Come on, what are you going to do about the fact that 1 in 4 children in America is living in poverty, and the biggest predictor of a child's success is not the kind of school he goes to, but the socioeconomic status of his parents? I say the best anti-poverty program in the world is a jobs program, and that we should be bringing our work back to the United States by reimposing tariffs and going back to the pre-Reagan tax policies and trade policies that this country had, and the pre-Clinton trade and tax policies that this country had. I think both of those presidents did enormous damage to us. Clinton in ending welfare as we know it, and signing the WTO and CAFTA and NAFTA.
Young black girls to have babies. You're absolutely right. That worked. That was good. Do you know that the welfare state is what's led to the inner city mess that we have today, and the reason that inner city?
So let's give people jobs. You don't just take away a social safety net and replace it with nothing.
No,
which
that
is what Bill
wasn't
Clinton
done. You
did.
see, that's a misrepresentation. People had to prove they couldn't get a job. They had to look for work. They had to look for it. They just couldn't say,
and there's no jobs in this
Give me a
country.
check.
And there's no jobs in this country because you guys are all running around yelling, free trade, free trade. Let the corporations run everything.
No, there are no jobs because everyone's afraid to hire, not knowing how many taxes they're going to have to pay.
No, they're
under
hiring
Obama.
like crazy in China.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Steve Malzberg, WOR710.com. You can hear him every day on WOR Radio. Steve, thank you for dropping by.
Thank you, Tom.
It's always great talking with you.